The direct impact of small business photography on engagement and sales. Nowadays, small business photography is one of the most important pillars in building any brand's digital presence. First and foremost, quality images help to generate public trust and significantly increase the chances of conversion on digital platforms. Consequently, a good image is capable of expressing value, professionalism, and care, which attracts customers more naturally. Certainly, using images with a commercial impact visually differentiates your company from the competition, creating a significant competitive advantage. In addition, professional photos help translate the essence of the brand and strengthen the emotional connection with local consumers. As such, photography becomes a strategic tool for highlighting products, services, and environments, with a focus on capturing the best of the experience. As a result, many entrepreneurs have invested in a photographic visual identity to ensure standardization and consistency across all their channels. Once this identity is consolidated, brand recognition becomes easier and more constant, including on social networks and marketplaces. In this way, photography goes beyond aesthetics. It communicates positioning, values, and the lifestyle that your business proposes to the consumer. In fact, it's important to note that good photographic records contribute to building authority and credibility in the market in which you operate. First of all, it's important to understand that photography for small businesses directly influences the way the public perceives your brand. According to digital behavior research, users judge a company's professionalism based on the images it presents. That's why good photos not only beautify, but also build authority, arouse desire, and generate a greater connection with the consumer. As such, images with a commercial impact are not just beautiful, they are strategic for boosting sales and building customer loyalty. Even if the budget is limited, well-planned photos with a smartphone can already offer significant results in the visual positioning of the brand. In fact, the aesthetic standardization of images strengthens identity and conveys professionalism, even for brands at an early stage. For example, a simple product can appear more sophisticated or reliable when presented with good framing, natural light, and appropriate context. As consumers connect more with clear and inspiring visuals, photography becomes a direct bridge to emotional engagement. As soon as a company adopts a well-defined visual aesthetic, its recognition improves on social media and online sales channels. Therefore, good photos are strategic investments and not mere illustrations. They sell, communicate, delight, and make your business remembered. Before the customer reads a description or asks about the product, the first visual impression has already been silently formed. In order to make an immediate impact, small business photography needs to reflect all professionalism and confidence in every detail. As such, poor quality photos can undermine a brand's credibility, even if the product or service is excellent. Therefore, ensuring good images with a commercial impact is essential for capturing the eye and arousing interest in the first few seconds of contact. Indeed, this initial perception often defines whether the customer will continue browsing or abandon the page before any interaction takes place. Similarly, in physical stores, a well-photographed and digitally presented window display can attract people to consider visiting. From the same point of view, aesthetics have a direct influence on how long users stay on websites, catalogs, or social networks. Like design, the image speaks clearly about the brand's positioning and its value proposition to the consumer. Images with a commercial impact, the visual foundation that turns curious people into customers. First of all, it's important to understand that commercial impact images are not just beautiful, but essentially functional and strategic. In effect, they act as conversion tools, guiding the consumer's gaze to the elements that matter most in the decision. In this way, photography for small businesses needs to focus on capturing details that highlight the quality, benefits, and differentials of the product. Similarly, well-planned photos convey feelings of desire, trust, and urgency, decisive factors for making a purchase in the digital environment. In short, images that sell are those that connect, inform, and delight the consumer quickly and directly. Certainly, the use of intelligent framing, natural lighting, and minimalist compositions increases the perception of the product's value. In addition, Clean backgrounds, harmonious colors, and strategic positioning make the look more attractive and functional for e-commerce platforms. Therefore, investing in good photos is not a cost, but a lever to increase conversion, clicks, and visual engagement. What's more, images with a professional aesthetic communicate authority, even for small brands or those recently launched on the competitive market. So, if you want to stand out from the first glance, start by creating images that delight, inform, and trigger customer action. Best practices for adapting photography for online stores, social networks, and other visual sales channels. First and foremost, each platform has specific technical and aesthetic requirements that need to be respected in order to guarantee effective results. For example, in marketplaces such as Mercado Libre or Shopee, photography for online stores should have a white background, high resolution, and minimal distractions. In this way, the visual focus is completely on the product, making it easier for the consumer to compare and make a purchase decision. Similarly, on WhatsApp Business, using photos in square format and readable thumbnails reinforces your visual presence in direct communications. Likewise, on Facebook, horizontal banners require wide compositions, while posts in the feed accept a variety of proportions. Certainly, adapting the image to the channel is what turns a good photo into a truly impactful commercial image. What's more, even with different styles and formats, it's crucial to maintain unity in the visual language to reinforce your photographic visual identity. In other words, the consumer recognizes your brand even before reading the text, thanks to the repetition of colors, styles, and framing. Apply it now and watch your brand grow with intention, purpose, and concrete visual results. First of all, remember, applying what you've learned is more important than waiting for the right moment to start. So start by testing simple framing, composition, and editing in your photography for online stores, even with your cell phone. In fact, republish old content with new editing to maintain the coherence of your photographic visual identity without creating everything from scratch. In this way, you save time, optimize resources, and even reinforce the perception of professionalism on your networks and digital channels. In addition, more organized and intentional photos have an immediate positive impact on the results of your visual marketing for small businesses. You'll also gain more authority and relevance within your community, whether on Instagram, WhatsApp, website, or virtual catalog. In fact, good images sell for you, saving you manual effort and increasing the chances of organic engagement and conversion. Not only is it possible to start today, but it's also highly recommended if you don't want to miss out on more sales opportunities. So set yourself a small daily visual goal and start putting it into practice, without fear of making mistakes or starting off simple. In short, the results will come with constancy, intention, and action. So start now and build the brand you've always imagined. To stay up to date and connected with the main and latest news in the world on politics, economics, sports, culture, technology, lifestyle, and much more, we suggest you join our portal and sign up for our newsletter. Here at Focus in News, you'll find rich discussions, tutorials, tips, collaboration opportunities, and events that can help expand your knowledge and network. Don't miss the opportunity to subscribe to our channel, where you'll have access to exclusive content and constant updates on the latest trends and news in the world.